Good evening. This is Iyabo, CoachIyabo.com, and today is let me look at the date, day 25. I've been doing this thing. It's late. It's Friday evening. It's been a long day. It's one of those, but a good day for which I am tremendously grateful. And I'm grateful for friends. I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful for opportunity. I'm grateful for new people. I'm grateful for hope. So this is a different way of me starting out this everyday, go live every day on Facebook. Why did I talk about gratitude and what I'm grateful for as the day comes to a semi-close, as we switch gears? I'm grateful that it's Friday. So why would I even bring that up, right? Because today we're talking about emotional intelligence. We've talked about how emotional intelligence has 5 components. Each component has three issues to it. This last component that we're talking about today is called the stress management composite of the 5 pillars of emotional intelligence. And one of the ways I deal with stress is to get into gratitude, is to get into hope. I find when I'm really stressed out, I have lost my connection with hope. So getting into gratitude and talking about all the stuff that's going on that's so good and so awesome is such a wonderful way to trigger my hope and begin to see options and opportunities. So there are several parts to the brain. Right here is our CEO, our thinking guy. This is the guy that's educated, that has, other animals don't have brains, the prefrontal cortex like we do, right? And then way back here is the amygdala, which we have in common with all creatures, all animals on the planet, all mammals, where it's the fight, flight, friend, or freeze response, right? Fight or flight, it's way back here. Well, here's what happens. We get stressed out and we want to think through the problem here. We want to, okay, what are the pros and cons, But the thing that's driving stress is back here in the amygdala. And the problem is the amygdala, from here, the front prefrontal cortex, to the amygdala at the back of the brain, there's like no roads, maybe 1 country lane or 2 country lanes. But from here to here, from the amygdala to the prefrontal cortex, is like a super information highway. Right? So this guy shuts down the ability of this guy to think. So what is a superhighway to right back here? It's your heart. Deep breathing slows this bad boy back here. Deep breathing, sinking into gratitude, feeling it throughout your body, meditating, oming, praying. Those types of spiritual practices are what shut down the amygdala in the back of the head. Hello, new people. Hi, my Leanne. I just got through talking about you. So I'm talking about the prefrontal cortex and the amygdala, and how when we get on fight or flight response in the back of our head. Hi, Darren Ellison. In the back of our head, when we get into fight or flight response, what happens? So let me give you an example. Leanne knows all about this. I'm getting ready to move. I'm looking for a place. It's just me. And I want to get away from putting the bulk of my income into my home, right? Like I've done in the past. I'm rethinking how I deal with money. I'm thinking through, how do I keep things simple? That's just for you, Mr. Ellison. I'm thinking about how I keep things simple. I'm thinking about how I create opportunities for myself by not using up all my money. And Leanne, my precious friend, the executive director of Compassionate Atlanta, took me out yesterday to go look at houses, and Iyabo got totally stressed out. We're talking about stress today, right? The stress management component. And so I chose to not make any decisions yesterday. my brain had shut down. But overnight, one, I slept on it. That was one thing I did. This morning I woke up, I prayed about it. I shut off my prefrontal cortex and thinking and adding money and looking at neighborhoods. I shut this bad boy up, and I stayed back here dealing with the fight, fear, freeze, or friend response that comes from the amygdala, and I calmed myself all the way down. I got into gratitude. I thought about every home I'd ever lived in. I began to thank God for all these homes I'd lived in my lifetime, and how this home was so wonderful because of this. And that home, look how it fell on my lap. And all of a sudden, my ability to think through the problem cleared up. So I'm saying to you, when you're in fight or flight response, which is based on the amygdala at the back of your brain, stop trying to think through the problem. Calm down first. Use spiritual practices, breathing. I used a friend. Leanne was my friend. She saw how upset I was getting. She calmed me down. That's what good friends are for. My next door neighbor, Leslie, and you've heard me talk about her before. She is an executor, right? She just goes chop, 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 chop. She just thought through the thing and gave me details. Boom, 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 boom. Use your support system. When you're stressed, don't shut down. Use your support system. So this is today's tidbit on emotional intelligence. The EQ composites of emotional intelligence are stress tolerance. I don't always have stress tolerance. Certain things I don't have stress tolerance for. Flexibility. Certain, you know how you are. You want it this way. That's not always helpful. Life is never, you've got to be flexible if you're breathing, right? And the third component is optimism. Optimism, I tapped into optimism, what I call hope, by getting into gratitude. And that's what this video was about. I'm so grateful for those of you that joined me. I appreciate you guys. And I want you to know that if you're stuck in managing your stress, I am the person that can help you. One, I've been there. Two, I have actively worked on managing stress. So it's been experiential for me. You know how there's some people, they just never have any stress? I've not been one of those people. I have to work at it. And so contact me. I can help you with that. You have a lovely weekend. And tomorrow, we're going to be talking about one of these stress management components. Big hug. Thank God it's Friday. Peace out.